local communities. Vanessa?
Margot, Warren, both CAL FIRE officials and the state are bracing for what's expected to be a challenging summer. And Governor Newsom saying this announcement just speaks to the urgency of that matter. He says he specifically chose Fresno County and the Creek Fire burn scar area because our communities were hardest hit and disproportionately at a disadvantage. On the heels of another dry winter in California, Governor Newsom announced the largest funding of its kind to prepare for and recover from wildfires across the state.
The hots are getting hotter, the dries are getting drier. There's a new reality. If you don't believe in climate change, you don't believe in science, you believe your own damn eyes.
After viewing for a second time the devastating impacts of the Creek Fire, the single largest wildfire in state history, Governor Newsom detailed the $536 million wildfire preparedness plan to protect communities that could be hardest hit.
We're going to do more C-130s. Yes, we have new Black Hawk helicopters coming in. Yes, we're going to have new heli-tac crews so you can enjoy the heroism that you saw demonstrably exemplified here at Shaver Lake.
The new funding doubles vegetation and terrain management on both public and private land.
Supports efforts, private, state, regional, and federal efforts in order to do just that, to knit these together. But you can see a lot of that knitting was already taking shape in the last couple of years here.
Something Supervisor Nathan Maxig says could mean more job creation in Fresno County.
We need to bring the timber industries back. We need to revive some of our old mill sites. We need to really focus more on biomass and making sure that a lot of the woody material that's coming out of the forest that can't be used for timber can be burned in a very safe way and create electricity as well.
Between Shaver Lake and Dogwood, the governor viewed one of 5 fuel modification projects done prior to the Creek Fire. CAL FIRE Chief David Fulcher says that fuel break slowed the spread of the Creek Fire, preventing even more loss.
Well, we wanted to show them this is what the model looks like. And if we can do models like this, we can protect the rest of the state of California.
The governor's announcement comes just days after committing $81 million to support CAL FIRE and hire 1,400 additional fire personnel.
Huge for us right now. We are at record levels for our fuels, and bringing those firefighters on and augmenting those crews is so important to us.
Now, the governor went on to say this is a team effort, so we also need to be doing our part, clearing that defensible space and making sure we are aware of our surroundings. CAL FIRE officials saying it is always important to have that emergency preparedness plan. Reporting live in Fresno County, Vanessa Vasconcelos, ABC 30 Action News.
Thank you, Vanessa. New tonight, the Fresno County District Attorney's Office has now filed charges against the man accused of causing a fiery crash that killed 3 people last month. Francisco Portillo is facing 3 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, along with 6 other charges. Authorities say the 20-year-old was trying to get away from Fresno County deputies when he ran a red light at Cedar and McKinley in central Fresno, causing a 7-vehicle crash. A man and 2 women were killed. 5 other people were injured. Investigators say Portillo was under the influence of alcohol and marijuana at the time of the crash. If convicted on all the charges, he faces a maximum sentence of more than 25 years in prison.
If you've been waiting for your turn to get a COVID-19 vaccine, you might now be eligible. Fresno County announced today it is lifting all age and occupational restrictions. Action News anchor Dale Urong joins us now live with the younger group now eligible for shots and what teens and their parents should know. Dale?
Margot, everyone 16 and older can now get the COVID-19 vaccine in Fresno County starting tomorrow. Only the Pfizer vaccine, though, will be available to those under 18, and parental approval is required.
Health officials say a stable vaccine supply and a lull in the number of people getting their shots allowed Fresno County to open up vaccine availability to high school age students starting Friday.
All the system is shifting over to serve the 16 and plus this week and then from here on out.
Families should now be able to make appointments for their teens.
Certainly by opening up the vaccinations to 16 and older, which is so great that we were able to do that, and really we were able to turn on a dime with that, and just ask my turn to make that change.
Only the Pfizer vaccine has been approved for the younger group to get their shots, so parents need to keep that in mind.
As you engage with your medical provider, please make sure they do have Pfizer if you have a 16 or 17-year-old, and that the parent will need a consent for that vaccine.
Those 18 and over can also receive the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The expanded eligibility will help protect more people. Health Officer Dr. Race Vora says the vaccine has been effective against COVID-19 variants thus far, which will be important if we are to meet Governor Newsom's target date to reopen California.
The variants, the vaccine supply, and then just the human motivation to get vaccinated. All of those really need to line up for us to meet this June 15th deadline.
Fresno County's goal is to vaccinate 1.2 million people by the end of August. The county is over a third of the way there.
Supplies of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine are expected to be limited next week in many parts of the country, but Health Division Manager Joe Prado says Fresno County has enough Pfizer vaccine to make up the difference. Reporting live, Dale Urong, ABC 30 Action News.
Dale, thank you. We have a closer look now at the COVID numbers in Fresno County. The California Department of Public Health reports 51 new cases of COVID-19 and one more death in the past 24 hours. More than 10,000 additional doses of the vaccine were administered during that time, bringing the total to more than 475,000.
We have an Action News update now about a 10-megawatt solar farm that's set to become the largest in Fresno. City Council members officially approved the project today. Fresno Community Solar Developers will convert 85 acres in southwest Fresno along Cornelia Avenue from ag property to energy production. The city owns the land and previously leased it out for crops at about 1/4 the rate it'll get now from the solar company. The biggest beneficiary, though, could be Fresno residents enrolled in PG&E's CARE program for low-income earners. They should get an extra 20% off their electricity bills. The farm is scheduled to be up and running in about a year.
A dangerously low supply of blood has the Central California Blood Center asking for the community's help. Blood center officials say they've seen a huge drop in donors since the pandemic started. And now hospitals are using more of it because elective surgeries have started once again. There are concerns there won't be enough blood heading into the summer months.
We call our colleagues all the time looking for blood and looking to share blood when we have extra, and literally no one has any excess blood right now. And so this is a time when we really need to rely on our community to come through for us.
Blood center staff members want to make it simple for you to donate. They say the entire process takes about an hour, including the screening and paperwork, and they're offering extra incentives right now, such as ice cream and gift cards. For more information on how you donate, we've provided a link on our website, abc30.com.
You had me at ice cream, that's for sure. Well, some South Valley students are doing double duty.
Earning college credit, the program that gives incoming high school students more than a sample of challenging classes.
Then overcoming obstacles, the celebration for the graduates of a program that rewards instead of punishes for people who pursued a second chance.
Accuracy matters.
I want to know first.
We all count on ABC 30 AccuWeather.
I need to know what's happening in the valley that affects my family and my kids to help us plan our day and the week ahead.
Our AccuWeather team has the knowledge and experience to bring you the most accurate forecasts in Central California.
And they care about the way weather affects all of us.
They deliver the weather forecast to you like your family.
The ABC 30 AccuWeather team, taking action together.
We do it every night.
Like clockwork.
Do it. Run your dishwasher with Cascade Platinum and save water. Did you know certified dishwashers use less than 4 gallons per cycle, while a running sink uses that every 2 minutes? So do it with Cascade, the surprising way to save water.
When it's hot outside, your car is like a sauna, steaming up lingering odors. Febreze car vent clips stop hot car stench with up to 30 days of freshness. Get relief with Febreze.
The first apartment. Minimum decor, maximum entertainment. They've got a Flex 4K streaming box included with their internet, so all their favorite apps are in one place. Now, even Disney Plus. Where'd you guys get this couch?
Found it on the street.
With Xfinity Flex, your entertainment starts at free. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months and get a Flex 4K streaming box included for free. Click, call, or visit a store today.
COVID-19 tests and vaccinations are available right now at Boz Allergy. Call Boz Allergy today to see if you qualify for COVID-19 vaccinations or early onset treatment at our Fresno Street location. Boz Allergy. Let's enjoy life again.
If you are a victim of a serious crime or know someone who is, call Centro La Familia Advocacy Services to see how the Victims Assistance Program can help you. Spanish and Hmong translators are available. Call 559-237-2961 for help.
Closed captioning of Action News is sponsored by Fresno Mazda.
Visalia Unified is offering an exciting new option for incoming high school students. Action News reporter Shayla Girardin shows us the Early College Pathway program and explains how your kids can get a jump start on their futures.
High school senior Aubrey Pierce is graduating from Visalia Technical Early College High School this semester. But instead of just receiving that high school diploma, she's already got several college courses completed as well.
When they talked about the college classes, it was definitely a pro for me.
Aubrey transferred to VTech as a sophomore, taking both high school and college courses right away.
They also do a more hands-on experience, and the teachers can work with you one-on-one a lot more.
Now VTech wants to offer even more students the chance to get an early college experience. They're teaming up with College of the Sequoias to offer a new early college pathway for 8th graders preparing to enter high school.
It shows students that they can actually do it. A lot of students don't believe that college is for them. And so it gives them an opportunity early with the support of their high school counselor to take a college class and be supported.
Students will take several college courses each year. And after 4 years of high school, have valuable college credits they can put towards a degree at College of the Sequoias and most CSU or UC schools.
You get to meet new people, you get to feel how it is in college, like how it's going to be, and it kind of shows you what your work ethic is going to have to be like.
The program is free and open to any student in Tulare County.
The teachers will check in with you and see how you're doing and what your goals are, and they'll help you on your track to college.
For details on how to apply, log onto our website or mobile app. Shayla Girardin, ABC 30 Action News.
Several Fresno County agencies are celebrating the success of a program aimed at helping people who've made mistakes instead of penalizing them. The Fresno County Superior Court hosted its first mental health diversion completion recognition ceremony today. Officials honored those who have successfully completed the program and recent graduates of the Behavioral Health Court. The programs offer certain offenders who are dealing with mental health issues an alternative to a typical court case. The goal is to increase public safety, encourage participation in mental health and substance abuse treatment, and reduce recidivism.
We want to rehabilitate them, and we want to try and address the core of what caused their criminality, the mental health disorder.
Officials say they're optimistic about the ongoing success of these programs and expect to continue them in the future.
California's record of recall elections has its share of highlights and lowlights.
What brought people to the polls that went beyond politics as the state stands on the brink of another vote?
When you're Luke Bryan, juggling family life, making new music, and American Idol, how do you do it all? Tomorrow, it's Luke, live on GMA. Plus, a performance you won't see anywhere else. Only on Tell 'em Luke.
Good morning, America.
New delicious wok seared steak and shrimp. Order today from Panda Express.
Well, 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 look at you. You mastered the master bath.
You created your own style. And you, yes you, turned a sourdough starter into a sourdough finisher. So when you learn your chronic dry eye is actually caused by reduced tear production due to inflammation, you take it on by talking to your eye care professional about Restasis, which may help you make more of your own tears with continued use twice a day, every day. Restasis helps increase your eye's natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. Restasis did not increase tear production in patients using anti-inflammatory eye drops or tear duct plugs. To help avoid eye injury and contamination, do not touch the bottle tip to your eye or other surfaces. Wait 15 minutes after use before inserting contact lenses. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation. Ask your eye care professional about Restasis. Now to trick out these lights. Visit Restasis.com to learn more.
Coming up, Kevin Musso with the ABC 30 AccuWeather forecast, the most accurate forecast in Central California.
Okay, let's hear some ideas for the new commercial.
We should say tax credits are still available.
What about no payments for 12 months?
No, homeowners want lower electric bills.
Tell them how they can earn up to $500 for every referred customer.
What if we get a talking pony?
A pony?
Looks like this is going to take a while. You want to get some lunch? Good idea. Pony?
Making commercials is hard. Installing your new solar system is easy. Call SunPower by SunSolar today.
The Toyota China Peak Ski Report is sponsored by Northern California Toyota dealers.
It's time to check out the snow report from China Peak, brought to you by your Central Valley Toyota dealers.
It's time to lock in the best season pass rate for next season. The absolute lowest prices are available only through April 30th. For the price of 4 lift tickets, you'll enjoy over 100 days on the slopes. Upgrade to the Black Pass and get free skiing at 17 other resorts. Buy your pass today at SkiChinaPeak.com.
Before you head to the hill, see your local Toyota dealer and check out their wide selection of mountain-ready trucks and SUVs. Toyota, let's go places.
And take it to the skies, rolling over a river, you might say. Video pictures there of the San Joaquin River up near the Palm Knees area, River Park. And we can see the basins are a little bit low for this time of year, and flow from the river is also down a bit. The terrain around the San Joaquin River, not quite as green as it was a couple of weeks ago because we've been warmer and we sure could use some more rain. All right, away from the river we go to telling you about your final weekend of skiing. So let's get into the Toyota ski report in China Peak. It is going to be spring-like conditions up there, breezy at times over the weekend, 50s for afternoon highs. Morning lows, though, be in the upper 20s to low 30s, so dress warm in the morning hours, but take your sunblock in the afternoon, because this is the view from the top of the lift looking down towards Huntington Lake, and there's not a cloud in the sky out there right now. Just beautiful on the West Coast, with the exception of the north end of Washington, Oregon. There we see that there is some wintry conditions moving in that direction. We have a pattern set up that's pulling a little bit of wind through the Kern County and LA and Ventura County mountains, so there's a wind advisory if you are driving out the South Valley, out to the high desert or SoCal. 77 was our official high today for Fresno. The averages are 72 and 48, so the mornings have been spot on. We still are tracking above average, but the record is 95 from 1989, and sunsets tonight at 7:28. 90s in the desert Southwest, 50s and 60s around coastal California, uniform 70s right now from Sacramento all the way to Bakersfield. Just a beautiful day. And there's a little bit of wind to contend with. On the west side of the valley, over on the 152 and Interstate 5, the winds are gusting into the 20s to 30 mile an hour winds. So could be a little blowing dust on the west side. Northwest wind picked up in the last hour. It's at 13 now with a 76 from Fresno's perspective. Good air quality for tomorrow. No problem on our air quality forecast. Not a whole lot of change for our overnight low and our morning lows. We're looking at a 50 for Fresno tomorrow morning, and then mid and upper 40s for the rest of the valley, and warming right back to an 80 for Fresno, but the rest of the valley should stay just below in the upper 70s, and the winds relax a little bit from where they were this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine in the mountains with slight warming. Bass Lake at 69, Huntington at 53, 55 for Sequoia.
And in Mariposa tomorrow is 69, 72 around Oakhurst, Auberry, right around 73 to about 78 in Squaw Valley. The weekend doesn't really change a lot. There'll be a few clouds coming off the Pacific. They're not rainmakers. They will knock back the sun a little bit on Saturday for a high of 78. And then next week, back and forth between the upper 70s and 80s. The forecast is dry for now. But, of course, we are not completely out of the rain season. So we'll see what happens in the future.
In the meantime, we love those temperatures. Thanks, Kevin. One of the favorites coming in will now need to find his game if he's to make the weekend.
Stephen Hicks joins us now with more about Bryson DeChambeau's first round at the Masters.
Well, guys, Augusta National playing much harder than it was back in November. And for the Clovis East grad, that has been an adjustment. We'll show you the good, bad, and the ugly from round one and the historic ceremony that got things started.
Catch Bulldog Breakdown, Sundays at 5 p.m. only on ABC 30 Action News.
We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
To the everyday adventurers, to the tireless craftsman, to the driven entrepreneur. Thank you for trusting us for 75 years.
Want a brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically tested ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try Nariva for 30 days and see the difference.
This is my mom, Sarah. She works and goes to school. And even though she's busy, she always makes time to grab dinner for our family. But today, it looks like she's changing what we usually eat. Are those French fries? Fried chicken, perhaps? Nope. She's bringing home rotisserie chicken and salad. A healthy choice that's lower in fat and low in cost, too. But will we like it? We love it!
Celebrate healthy choices that lead to more successful futures. Visit CalFreshHealthyLiving.org.
There are endless ways to see the world. But when it comes to actually getting there and experiencing every soul-changing corner of it, there's only one: the Jeep Cherokee.
Now get 0% financing for 84 months on 2021 Jeep Compass, Renegade, and select Cherokee models. Plus, get no additional charge maintenance with the Jeep Wave Customer Care Program.
The 85th Masters is underway. Lee Elder, the first black man to play in the Masters golf tournament back in 1975, joining Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player this morning as honorary starters. The 86-year-old was on oxygen. He did not hit a tee shot, but was honored there with a standing ovation. 4 months after the Masters in November, the world's best golfers back at Augusta. This time, the azaleas in full bloom, and once again, Bryson DeChambeau coming in as one of the favorites. His best finish at this tournament remains a tie for 21st when he was the low-am back in 2016. Struggled with his new driver, also struggled hitting irons into the greens, was routinely long and offline, a dangerous combo at Augusta National. After a double bogey here on 4, back in the pine straw on 5 for a bogey, only had 1 birdie in a first round 76. Here's the former Timberwolf on what went so wrong.
I mean, clearly hit a huge drive on 18, and we got a wrong number. So you got to have every aspect. You got to iron it well, you got to putt it well, and there's some greens that got really, really quick, but pretty brown, and we just couldn't adjust for it. The practice green is completely different than the golf course, and that was something that, I know, but I just didn't adjust for.
Certainly have some work to do to make the cut tomorrow. Those fast greens, the biggest change from the tournament in November. Jordan Spieth's chip here on 15 is going in the water, if not for the flag stick there. Eagle for last week's winner puts him at -1. A good bounce back after a triple bogey on 9. Justin Rose, the man everyone's chasing at 7 under, but the shot of the day there from Tommy Fleetwood, hole-in-one at 16, helping him to a first-round 74. Golden State Warriors set to get a boost down the stretch. The team announcing it will welcome back fans inside the Chase Center for the last 9 regular season home games starting on April 23rd. Those fans wishing to attend must wear a mask and provide proof of a full vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test that was taken within 48 hours of the game. Per public health guidelines, those games will be capped at 35% capacity. Last year at A Good Sports, we introduced you to San Joaquin Memorial's Ethan Quinn. The tennis star continues to dazzle on the junior tour, playing this weekend in the Easter Bowl, one of 5 USTA National Championship events. The Panther finished runner-up in the boys 18 and under singles final. Quinn, a junior at Memorial, entered that final unseeded on an 11-match win streak before eventually falling to the top seed.
Find out it was your dad. As soon as I knew it was my dad when I was aiming at him, so.
More from the Masters. Former world #1 Rory McIlroy trying to hook it out of the trees here. He hits a spectator, and that fan turned out to be none other than Rory's dad, who joked after the round saying he wanted an autographed glove. Rory played along after a poor showing, saying maybe he'll autograph a bag of peas because he's going to have to put his leg up on ice. Margot, we'll send things back to you.
Oh, he's never going to live that down. All right, Stephen, thank you. Awareness is being raised about a heartbreaking disease after a celebrity diagnosis, how experts hope to increase understanding about dementia. Then local reactions to the president's actions to try to curb gun violence and the growing concern about the weapons that have no record.
Catch Bulldog Breakdown, Sundays at 5 p.m. only on ABC 30 Action News.
Honestly, I thought I was getting my floors clean. Then I learned my mop could be loaded with bacteria. That means I gotta clean my mop too? Oh, so I got a Swiffer Wet Jet to get a cleaner clean. I stick on a fresh pad, boom, it's ready to go. The spray breaks down dirt, and the pad absorbs it deep inside, unlike my mop that can spread it around. And Wet Jet's even safe on wood. All this, bye-bye. It's so simple. I get a cleaner clean every day.
Try Wet Jet with a money-back guarantee.
Right now, at More Furniture for Less, you can choose the savings that work for you.
Our spring styles have arrived, and you can choose 72 months interest-free financing.
Or an additional 20% off our already low prices.
The style and selection you love at More Furniture is even better when you can choose how you want to save.
And with 72 months to pay or an additional 20% off, you're sure to find the spring looks you love at an exceptional value.
Pre-shop all our spring arrivals at morefurniture.com.
When you order Me and Ed's, you know you're getting the freshest dough, best ingredients, and a great value every time. And now get a large one-topping pizza for just $11.99. Call, order online, or use our app for takeout or delivery. Me and Ed's. Quality pizza, priced right.
At Buzz Allergy and Asthma, we're entering a new normal, and we're entering spring. Allergies, asthma, and sinus issues are back. Our safe, clean offices are located throughout the valley. Contact Buzz Allergy and Asthma today and get the relief you deserve.
Here's a look at tonight's primetime lineup on ABC 30. Brought to you by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
37.
Or you can join AAA.
I thought AAA was just tow trucks.
Nope, we do more. Like select DMV services at our branches.
Go on.
Well, members can track technicians, get free battery testing and installation.
They're already on the way.
Plus, get tons of member-only discounts.
Do I need to take a number?
Not here. There's more to AAA than you think. Join today for as little as $5 a month. AAA. Outsmart life.
When it comes to Jeopardy, guest host Aaron Rodgers always plays by this rule.
I truly am a Jeopardy fan. And the people who know and love me understand not to call me when Jeopardy airs in Green Bay.
Next Jeopardy.
Today at 7 p.m. Number 1 in Central California. This is ABC 30 Action News, live at 6:30.
President Biden is taking steps to confront gun violence in America. Today, he formally announced new executive actions aimed at safety. And thank you for joining us for Action News, live at 6:30. Good evening. I'm Margot Kim.
And I'm Dale You're We're live on ABC 30, Hulu Live, and wherever you stream. Action News anchor Brittany Jacobs spoke with Fresno's police chief and a local gun store manager about the impact these gun restrictions could have in the valley.
On Thursday, President Biden unveiled a series of executive actions aimed at addressing gun violence, something the city of Fresno can relate to all too well.
I do support people's rights to own guns safely, responsibly, but one thing that does concern me is the number of illegal guns that we have in this community.
Enough prayers. Time for some action.
During his remarks at the Rose Garden, President Biden said he wants the Department of Justice to regulate the so-called ghost guns, or homemade guns built from a kit, and limit stabilizing braces, among other actions.